everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I am going to be reviewing the new Gucci Flora Gorgeous Gardenia Intense perfume and giving you all my thoughts about it. So if you wanna know my thoughts, stay tuned. But before we get started, if you could smash that subscribe button and join the family, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, let's start out with the packaging. What it looks like. Look at her. Look at her in all her glory. She is so beautiful. I really love this bottle. The color of the bottle is like a burgundy, kind of like red wine type of color, which is really pretty. The bottle, I mean, the shape of it is the same as all the other ones in the line, which I really do like. And they all have like that floral, at the in the front of the perfume, but the bottle of this one is not opaque as the other ones in the line. This one you can see very easily where you're at with your juice, so you can see like how much you've used up, if you're about to finish it and all of that. The other bottles are more opaque, but overall I love the bottles like of all of the ones in the line. They're really cute. I really love all the different colors. But this one, there's something very special about it. So I really did like the bottle. Now let's talk about the price, okay? Because she is a pretty penny. She sure is. So the one that I got was the travel size. So this is what the travel size box looks like. It's still that beautiful burgundy color with the florals. It looks the same, just like in a very small box. And then this is what the travel size looks like. I like that, you know, they kept it the same kind of burgundy see-through bottle. I really like it. It has a cap on it, because some perfumes, some travel sizes don't come with a cap. So I like that it's a spray bottle, definitely, and I like that it has a cap. So the travel size that I purchased was $40, and it is a 10 milliliter and a 0.33 fluid ounces. So shoot, I mean, even for the travel size, it's a pretty penny. Then for a 1 fluid ounce is 118. For a 1.6 fluid ounces is 155. And then for 3.3 fluid ounces is $190. So almost $200 for 100 ml. I mean, this is getting like niche pricing, okay? Like it's Gucci. It is a little bit more expensive than some other perfumes at like Ulta and Sephora. So just wanted to mention the price. Now let's move on to what I think. You know, let's go over the notes. Let me tell you what I pick up, what my overall thoughts are. So this fragrance, my favorite part about this fragrance is definitely the opening. Okay, like no question about it. It's an okay sprayer. I mean, the sprayer on the actual bottle, on the big bottle, is better. And I did not purchase a big bottle right away, like a 1 fluid ounce, 3.3, whatever. Because I just, you know, I wanted to test it out. And if I love it, I would purchase the full size. But I wanted to start out with the travel size. And the opening of this fragrance is my favorite part. It has a very beautiful citrusy opening. It's very refreshing. It's just like a very juicy, fresh mandarin at the beginning, but like really delicious. And then some sweet florals come in almost immediately, making that opening amazing. I really love the opening of this fragrance, and it is by far what I like the most, okay? Now, I do like the dry down, but I just love that opening. I'm telling you, that juicy mandarin, really like 10 out of 10. That opening is really delicious. So let me read you the notes so that you know what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to tell you just my overall what I thought about it. Okay, the top note is mandarin. Then you have middle notes of hedione and gardenia, and then base notes of sandalwood. I don't know if like not all the notes are listed, because I even looked at the Gucci website to see if there were more notes, but that's really all I could find. That's what's on Fragrantica as well. I was just intrigued because whenever, I don't know, I feel like there's gotta be other fruits in here that are not listed, because I do definitely get that mandarin in the opening, but as this fragrance is drying down, it gets deeper. So I thought that maybe there are some deeper berries mixed in here, but according to the notes, it's just florals and sandalwoods after the mandarin note. But anyway, initial blast, amazing. Those first few minutes of the fragrance is very, very nice. Then I start getting the sandalwood, and the sandalwood to me is very creamy, like very, very creamy sandalwood, like kind of, I don't want to say like borderline lactonic, but not it doesn't go all the way there, but it is very creamy. So after that, sandalwood comes in, makes the fragrance deeper, woodier, obviously, and creamier for sure. I also get a little powderiness from this fragrance, but it is definitely a much like deeper, sexier, more night out, definitely more grown up than the original Gorgeous Gardenia. Now, that Gorgeous Gardenia is just a pretty, playful, feminine, sweet floral vibe that you can wear it any day of the year. Really doesn't really matter. Probably throughout the day. Now, this one, I think it is perfect for like a night out, especially like a night out in spring and summer, and then an all day wear for fall and winter, because it's deeper, it's richer. So I feel like for a night out, like during the summertime, super sexy. For a night out during the springtime, super nice. And then really like all day during the fall and winter, because it's really not like super thick or heavy, but it is kind of like deeper, kind of sexier, especially compared to the original. Okay, it does have the original DNA, but a lot more different. A lot like, I'm really thinking like there's got to be like darker berries in here, but I digress. So, do I love this fragrance? No, I don't love this fragrance, okay? I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I think it's really pretty, and I think a lot of people will like this fragrance, but to me, there's something about the creaminess of the sandalwood and just the overall vibe of this fragrance. To me, it leans a little bit more mature than I was expecting, that I would have liked. I don't know if it's that like creamy powderiness of it that I am not loving, and that's why I keep mentioning that I like the opening better, because that heavier sandalwood doesn't come into play. But overall, I think it's pretty. Like, I do enjoy it. Like, I think it's pretty, but I'm not in love with it. I don't love it. However, I do like it more than the original Gorgeous Gardenia, because, well, they're very different. I feel like to me they're very different vibes. You're going out tomorrow because it's still, summer. You're going out, wear your Gorgeous Gardenia during the day, and then you transition into this one during the night. I feel like that's really beautiful. And like I feel like a lot of people will love this, but to me, I don't know. To me, I don't love it. And I think it's because of the powderiness and creaminess of that sandalwood is a little too much for me. But it's not terrible. Like I said, I've been wearing it all day. Like, it's been an all day test. And the other reason why I don't love it is because this is the intense version, okay? We're paying almost $200 for a 3.3 fluid ounces, and I wanted to respray after hour 4. And for almost like $200, I want the scent to last longer than 4 hours. And I oversprayed because I sprayed it in the store. I was smelling it in the store. I sprayed it in the store kind of heavily. I came home and I sprayed it on my clothes again, and I sprayed it on my arm and on my, like, all of the pulse points, And so I gave it a very heavy dose of spraying because I was, I knew that this line, I struggle with this line with longevity, with the performance in general. So I went heavy handed, and still, you get a nice scent bubble. So I do get a longer lasting scent bubble than I do with the original. So in that sense, I do think that it's a little bit longer lasting and definitely more projecting than the original, because the original I get even less than 4 hours. I would want to reapply like after the 2.5 hour mark, really. And just for that price point, I'm just expecting more. Again, I am a lover of longer lasting fragrances and of a nice projection. That's just what I look for. So if you don't care about that and you can just overspray whenever you want to, then you might not care about that. But I just want to mention it because, saying intense in the name, I was, that gets your wheels going. You're like, okay, it's going to be a lot more long lasting than the first one, because the first one, the OG, was just, the performance is not really there for me. So I mean, it does last better than the original, but again, after the 4 hour mark, like I went up to my shirt and like I put it on my nose and I could barely pick up the fragrance, and I sprayed a very generous amount. So I mean, that was my experience. Maybe, if you, I only have moisturizer on, but maybe if you put on, an oil, you try to make it work some type of way with your skin. Maybe you can get it to last longer. I'm sharing my experience. So overall, a summary and rating of everything. Overall, packaging is beautiful. Price, it's in my opinion, is overpriced. It's very expensive, but again, you're paying for the name and everything, but it is very pricey. Scent wise, I think it's a beautiful scent. I think a lot of people are gonna love it, especially if you love the original, or the line in general. I think you will love it if you wanted just something a little bit sexier and a little bit deeper. I think a lot of people are gonna love this one. I think a lot of people might even replace their original for this one. To me, I'm not a lover of the original. I think it's pretty. I think it smells good, but I'm just kind of disappointed by the performance. And I have Viva La Juicy in my collection, and I think they smell very similar. So I'm not a lover of the original, but if you are and you wanted something deeper, I think if I had to choose between this one and the original, I would choose this one, just because I think it's a little more intense. I mean, is it? Yes. I get a little bit more of a better performance, and overall, I just think it's a stronger scent, which is what I look for in my fragrances. I don't want to reapply after 2 hours because that is just crazy, especially for that price point. But overall, I'm not in love with the scent. Maybe as I keep wearing it, I will continue. I will just fall more and more in love with it. But my initial thoughts with you right now is that I'm not in love with this fragrance. However, it's not bad. Go ahead and smell it. I bought it at Ulta, and I think it's at Sephora too. And they had the testers out and everything. So go ahead and smell it and see what you think, because if you're a lover of this line, I think this might be a really good one for you. However, if you don't really care about this line, then you might not really care about this one. So it really just depends on your preferences. If you like a woody, floral, and slightly citrusy fragrance, I think this is pretty. Again, I think you can wear this year round. So like there's a lot of aspects that I can see people really loving. But I have a very large perfume collection, and I know that if I don't love a fragrance, then I'm hardly ever going to use it, because I gravitate towards the scents that I love. But again, I'm gonna keep wearing it. I'm gonna keep wearing it and see if my thoughts, change, if I can, if I can grow to love it. But as of right now, it's a like. And also points deducted because of the longevity, although better than the original, not amazing. If I have to reapply after the 4 hour mark, I would want to pay less than $200 for it. That is really, those are all my thoughts. Those are all my thoughts. I don't mean to be harsh if you love this fragrance. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Overall rating is a 7 out of 10. It's a solid 7 out of 10. Really, it's nice. It's not terrible. It's not a love. It's right there in the 7 out of 10 mark. So yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts. I mean, I would love to give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm just being honest with you guys. So share your thoughts. Please, 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 go to Ulta, go to Sephora, smell it. Tell me what you think below. If you love it, I would love to hear. And if you hate it or maybe don't care for it, let me know as well. Let's chat in the comments. All right, you guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.